But I told Matthew, because Matthew was secure that second round was Usman. I was like, that one's close, and they are in England. I was like, that one's close, and they are in England. Like, so that's where hometown rarely matters.
It mattered today.
When it's that close, I think it matters. Welcome back to the Rec Crew. We are here after a long day recapping UFC 286. Finally got it right. Yes. Yo, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're not gonna say we're experts or we follow the UFC like crazy, but I wouldn't consider us casuals, right? I don't think we're casuals of the UFC, right. But tonight's card wasn't the funnest. Would you agree?
I would
agree.
Was there any finishes? Yeah, there was a submission.
Yeah, Gunnar Nelson got one, but I don't think we were looking forward to it. Right? We were looking forward to the last two fights. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't like...
I like Fight Night next week more than this one.
You're right.
However, there was great fights. They were just very competitive fights in this.
Yeah, they were very
card.
technical. There's not a lot of superstars, very good fighters. We can recap it real quick. Marvin Vettori wins.
Versus Rodman Dolidze.
Dolidze. So Vettori beats Dolidze in majority decision, right?
Majority, correct. Majority decision.
I think we all agree with that. Do we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. He looked great.
He won.
All right. Marvin Vettori.
They both look great, but yeah. Vettori just
Vettori
he did the work.
Pretty much stuck. What can Marvin Vettori do now? He'll fight Paulo Costa over and over and over again.
He could fight Cannonier.
Cannonier, I guess.
There's a lot of people in that weight class. I mean, just don't put him
none
with
that
Robert
put him
Whittaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One of those guys. But
and none to put him anywhere. And that division always comes down to the same thing, man. It's like, it's crazy. For you, everybody thinks they could beat Pereira because he seems one-dimensional. We're not sure. But he seems one-dimensional. But the problem is, to fight Pereira, you got to go through Whittaker, who nobody but Adesanya has beaten like in 10 years.
Well, I think also it's like when you look at highlights or like you see film, they always just, cap him just hitting bags and pads and stuff like that. But, most of his work right now is just being done in the grappling. He's just grappling because everybody that's going to...
He's getting better, but when you get out grappled by Adesanya, nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, he's gonna become this great grappler." Like,
no, it's not about being a great grappler. It's about being where you beat everybody.
Yeah. You think Vettori has anything other than Cannonier?
I mean, yeah, there's other fights. Like, what's that guy from South Africa? Duplessis.
No, but again, once he beats them, in what world does he beat Whittaker? He can fight Whittaker 10 times. He's not beating Whittaker, is he?
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, you're talking about people of that size, that power. I mean, he's got power, dude.
Yeah.
Anybody can knock out anybody. In what world were we going to see this Edwards tonight?
We'll get to that.
I mean, just in any case, who would have expected that kind of...
We'll get to that because that needs an in-depth. But anyways, yeah, Marvin Vettori, we'll see what comes next because honestly, we have no idea. Who won? Jennifer Maia?
Jennifer Maia. So the next fight is going to be Jennifer Maia versus Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill got her first L.
Really? Yeah. Jennifer Maia won? Unanimous?
It doesn't say right here.
Why don't I remember?
I don't remember either. I remember them fighting, but
I remember them fighting.
Okay, it was Maia O'Neill?
Jennifer Maia versus Casey
O'Neill.
No,
Maia beat her.
No, I agree. Jennifer Maia beat her.
But she was just more aggressive.
It was basically a boxing fight.
Yeah, it was a kickboxing fight.
Yeah, basically, barely kickboxing fight. A few kicks here and there. But Jennifer Maia, what is that? 125 or 135?
25.
125. That division has a new champion, so. But again, divisions just like Marvin Vettori. You're not gonna beat Shevchenko, so you can't beat Shevchenko. You can't get to the title.
Well, Shevchenko's not the champion.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like Whittaker's not the champion, but you can't beat them. If you can't beat them.
Well, I think one thing that we've seen in the last maybe 24 months, these prolific people get beat.
Yeah, by prolific people normally.
I mean, no, they generally become prolific people after.
Like,
I mean, we saw the Lioness get beat. We saw.
she got it back, right?
She got it back, but Usman didn't.
Again, we'll get to that in a little bit. What do you think about the 125 women's division?
Could care less. I'm being honest.
No, honestly, that division is not bad right now.
No, it's a fire-ass division.
That division is not bad because
motherfuckers.
who is it? Talia Santos,
Aaron Blanchfield,
some
other people.
Who's the champion? What's her name? The Mexican.
Grasso.
Alexa Grasso. Shevchenko.
Grasso's bad.
Those are
dude.
4 legitimate badass women. So, like, but no offense.
I just think it's too early to kind of talk about Maya or any of them.
Exactly. Jennifer Maya,
those two that fought.
And Casey O'Neill can't.
They still need one more fight to release.
They don't belong in that conversation. So that's
at least right now.
At least right now, yeah.
Well, I think especially in women's, their rankings change so crazy fast because the pool is much smaller.
Yeah. But all right, moving on. Gunnar Nelson defeats
Brian Barbosa.
Ryan Barberena.
Barberena.
Gunnar Nelson did what Gunnar Nelson does. Nothing new. He grappled and finished him in the first round. Again, that's why I don't think this card was very exciting because, again, where does that mean anything? Gunnar Nelson beating Ryan Barberena.
I mean, he's working his way up the same. Then he gets to see some.
Can you check how old Gunnar Nelson is, please, Luis?
How old?
Yes. Did I introduce you guys? No, I didn't. Isaiah is here, Matthew's here, and Luis is behind the camera.
Yes, sir.
And
Gunnar
I'm Chesco.
Nelson is 34 years old.
34 years old. He's not even ranked, is he?
Nope.
All right. So, moving on. All right. Now, to where we want to get to. Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. What you thought?
I thought it was a good fight. And Justin Gaethje, not that he made it look easy, but he kind of never relatively wasn't as much in danger as he normally is in a lot of his other fights, I would feel.
Well, I mean, he said he was not trying to make it a dog fight like he normally does. However,
Luis,
you just can't take the dog out.
Pull that up. I'm sorry, keep going.
You can't take the dog out of the cage, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gets emotional in fights and has fun. He goes in there and has fun. It's what he loves to do.
Who did you have the first round?
It was close.
And who did you edge it to?
I don't know.
I don't remember,
I
close.
edged it to... Actually, I didn't edge it. I thought that it was pretty clear to Fiziev, in my opinion. And I feel like the second round started that way. And then...
now kind of looking back, I think I had Fiziev 1 and then Gaethje 2 and 3.
Exactly, me too. But I think the second round started kind of like Fiziev still doing what he does. And then it was like...
I think he gassed. I think him at full battery, he's a hard fight for Gaethje. But when he tires out and Gaethje's kind of just doing what Gaethje does, Gaethje gets the edge. His gas tank is, whether it's full or not, he just kind of fights the same in every round. And if you hit him hard, he just
There's one guy
wakes
who's
up.
beaten Justin Gaethje in a firefight. In a stand-up firefight. And that's Dustin Poirier.
Didn't that Alvarez beat him?
Oh, you're right. Eddie Alvarez did beat him. That's 2 guys, but that was a long time ago.
And Charles Oliveira sat him down.
He sat him down and then finished him on the ground.
Yeah, but Gaethje said that's who's hit him the hardest.
I was thinking that watching the fight, I was like, yo, Oliveira, he says that Oliveira just put him on.
Like he got electrocuted.
Apparently he's got some fucking big old bare hands, I think. I don't know, but he's got something that makes him, cuz he doesn't load up the way you see like Connor, he's got that real sideways stance where he's like loading up that hand all the time. You can see like, oh, if this hand hits me, we're in trouble.
Well, he's also Oliveira's really big for the division. So
He's
it's like
tall, he's long, lanky.
Those lengthy guys, whenever they're like landing at the end of their punch on you, it's pretty powerful.
Oh, for sure.
So
Which is crazy because he used to fight at 145.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
Who's that?
Oliveira. Like
Yeah, I mean, so did Connor, who's fighting at 170.
and yeah, that's crazy that because he's big for the division. I don't think Connor's big for 155 now. I guess, but like through his 155.
Well, I mean,
career,
you're talking about
Yeah.
genetic. How tall you are, how lanky you are.
yeah.
It's like John Jones at 205.
Now, I think I said it before that. I said it to Isaiah. I think this fight was crucial to 155 division. I really did. Because now what do you do? It seems like it's clear, well, to just landscape, everything's hindsight, but do any of us think that Gaethje could go on and beat Islam?
No.
Do you?
Yeah, I think he could. I don't think he would, but I think he could for sure.
But do you mean like just catch him?
I mean, that team comes with game plans.
No, I guess anything can happen in a fight. You're
And
absolutely right.
they're obviously incorporating getting back to using wrestling, not relying on wrestling, using wrestling. So what they're doing is doing mixed martial arts. They're really going into that mixed martial arts. We'll go over Usman in a bit, but same concept. It's just a lot of they strike really well. There are a lot of good wrestlers, and learning how to blend the two together and make it more effective.
I guess we would agree that Islam would be the favorite, right?
100%.
Right, everybody.
Against anybody in.
Dustin Poirier, same thing. Islam would be the favorite. Everybody, you're right. Anybody could win a fight. Like Isaiah said it, everybody's human. Oliveira, I think we would all say Islam is favorite.
Probably a heavy favorite even.
Favorite heavy. But Neil Darush is kind of like the hope.
Right.
That's the only one that would be a
Yeah.
hope. Still, obviously the underdog, but
he has to beat Oliveira first and then go on and beat Islam. But now it's like there's a bridge. And it seems like Justin Gaethje was that bridge. There's those guys, and there's the Darush, Islam, Poirier, Gaethje, Oliveira. Those five. And then everybody else. Who was going to creep into those five? And this was the chance. And now...
well, we look at it, you kind of reverse engineer. Like, who do we see fighting Islam? Next going to be probably Poirier.
I think Darush.
I don't think it's going to be Dariush. That's who I would rather see.
Or yeah, maybe Poirier, I guess.
It's going to be Poirier
Yeah.
for, the value for the UFC. And, obviously Islam would rather fight somebody who is probably an easier fight for starters. Second off is more money.
And second question, how long do you think Islam stays at the 155 division?
Not long. He wants to fight. He already just said he wanted to fight Leon Edwards.
Yeah, I would say probably maybe one more fight at 55.
Maybe one more?
Yeah.
I think he might try to double champ.
Well, he has to, yeah, the double champ now. You think he's big enough for 170?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because these guys are pretty big. Like, remember, everybody comes down. Like, we
I think
just said it. Usman could go to 185.
I think Islam could beat Edwards tonight.
I mean, I think Islam's bigger than Colby Covington.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Islam could be Edward. I agree with that.
I think he beat him tonight. If they fought tonight, I think he would have won.
Yeah. I think Islam is better than Edwards.
Off of no camp, he probably would have won the fight.
I don't know about that.
I just don't think that he presents anything that he wasn't expecting to be seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just fought Volkanovski. So you're talking about one of the best. I mean, obviously a much shorter guy, but which is a big difference. But
Smaller.
in terms of just like striking ability, who's a better striker than Volkanovski?
Let me ask you a question. If he does win that fight, let's say, in a theoretical world between Usman and Islam.
Or you
Not
saying
Usman,
Islam,
Edwards and Islam. I guess we can't really say that anymore because Jones is in pictures. But would you call him the pound for pound?
Who?
Islam.
Of course.
If he goes up,
No,
yeah.
no, I still give it to John Jones because.
No, let's say John Jones is not in the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Because Volkanovski kept his pound for pound title.
As he should have.
I agreed completely.
Should have, yeah.
But do you think that having that fight, then Islam going up to 170, he beats Edwards? Do you think at that point do you give him the pound for pound?
Yeah, because he's an actual double champ then.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He won the fight that he went up.
And now he's controlled about 3 divisions because he beat the 145.
And also,
145
145 to 155 is 10 pounds. 155 to 170 is 15 pounds.
And then
That's why
the better
I
question would be now: would he dethrone John Jones as the pound for pound?
I don't think John Jones could be the pound for pound yet. Is he the GOAT? Absolutely.
Agreed.
I think he's pound for pound. He just went up a weight class from
But I think your
205 to
division matters.
265.
I think your division matters. And I'm sorry, and I'm not discrediting John Jones at all. At all. John Jones
I just
is
don't
the
think
GOAT.
you can. I don't think you can say that he's not because most of the stuff he did was, 3 years ago. But he beat Cormier how many times?
Twice.
Exactly. So he beat double pound champions.
No,
he
that's
went
why
in and
I
made
think
the best
pound for
guy.
pound is a different conversation though, because I think that pound for pound is current. Now, if who's the best, who's the GOAT, who's had the best career, there's no question and there's no debating.
But also just think about literally if you're thinking pound for pound, who's covered more pounds? You're talking about from 205 to 265
in 3 years.
No, but my point is, it's like literally there's more pounds in between.
No, but
there.
I think pound for pound is who's the best of the best, and you have to. Your player pool matters, and that's not his fault. I agree with that. It's not his fault. He is that damn good. His division is just, I don't want to say trash, but it's just not great right now.
What division?
The heavyweight division, like it's not great right now. The division is staying off 2 guys that have been the GOAT of that division. And the GOAT of all time are going to fight. And I think at that point, right?
Well, I think that's why he needs this fight because he wants to
Exactly.
He wants to make it unquestionable.
He needs that fight. There's
and
where I agree
that
with
is
you.
a real fucking fight.
And
so,
I agree with you there.
I think
He needs
if
that
we're
fight.
gonna hold off, we
Yeah.
can hold off for one more
Yeah,
fight.
he needs that fight.
He doesn't need fights. He needs one more fight against the GOAT at 265 or whatever.
Yeah, he needs that fight.
I think he's already got it. Just like I said, just because you're going from one weight class 50 pounds lower, 60 pounds lower, actually.
And
Not to say that they're all the way at the limit, but I mean,
the thing about Volkanovski, he's fought we'll say 3-4 elite guys in the last year and a half, 2 years. With Holloway, who's a walking Hall of Famer. Nobody disagrees with that, right? Ortega, who's a killer. And Islam, who's a killer. Like, he's fought that. John Jones is a killer. No, again, I'm not here to question John Jones. He just fought a guy that we still are questioning. A guy who's been in MMA, 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't
the only thing I'd actually say against John Jones is some of the fights were quite iffy. Where Volkanovski only has, one fight that's iffy? Against Holloway. And then went back again and destroyed him.
But yeah, going back to 155, I think that Justin Gaethje was the bridge, and that puts, because you got the rankings? 155 rankings?
155, we got Islam with the champ. Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gage is number 3. Benilui Dariush number 4. Michael Chandler is number 5. And Rafael Fiziev is number 6.
Start from number 5 to number 10.
5, Michael Chandler. 6, Rafael Fiziev. 7, Matheus Gamrot. 8, Armin Sakurakian. 9, Rafael Dos Anjos. 10, Jalen Turner.
Like, who? Shavkat?
Shavkat's 70.
Oh, no, who was it? Oh, Gamrot. I'm sorry.
Gamrot.
I mean, he got killed by Benio.
He got killed by Benil. Like,
I think we need to see Benil for a
it's
belt.
Benil. Who's number 4? Is what I mean.
Yeah.
It's Benil. That's the hope. After that, like I said, Fiziev was the one looking out that could have come in. After that, I don't know. RDA's still there, right?
Correct.
And RDA, come on.
I think we can see Dariush. We can see Poirier.
Is Conor ranked?
Nope.
I mean, he fights
And if
2
he is
fights,
ranked in what division? 155, you can't rank him in that division. He hasn't fought from, 2 years?
He would be pressed to try to make 155.
We could talk about Conor if you want. I think Conor's in a little bit of a trouble.
I think he's just
Conor's
one of
a
those.
small guy. Let's just say that. Connor's a small guy. Just because he put on weight, like he's not big. He's what 5'7",
5'9".
5'9". Like the guy's not big, and for him to go and think that constantly has he fought a real 170 first of all ever?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
ever.
Well, I think you can't feed him to the wolves right away. You know, he needs to just really be ready for the wrestlers because 170 is wrestling heavy, strong wrestlers.
He had trouble at 155.
Well, I mean, I just think at 155 you're just talking about the goats, you know, because how would Khabib done at 170?
I always thought about that.
He
I always said he
would have
should
done
have gone
fine.
up.
He would have done fine, right? He
I
could have
always
gone
said he
straight for a
should have gone
belt.
up.
He could have gone for a belt, and would he win against, say, Kamaru? You know, it'd be a hard fucking fight, but he would be in the fight.
Yeah,
Definitely in the fight.
I said it all the time. I said I don't know why he don't go.
He's a better wrestler.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like people saying that he's gonna fight at 170 from now on. He's never fought a real 170 guy ever.
I think the closest thing would be Khabib. That's the 170 that he's fought, but you know they met at 155. But
155. And Nate Diaz, his career was at 155. So was Donald Cerrone's. Like those have been his two fights, right? And right now he's gonna fight Gaethje most likely at 170.
I think he was all.
Who? Connor's gonna fight Gaethje?
I'm sorry, not Gaethje.
Chandler. I think that's a good tester.
He's gonna be at 170. Who's not a 170 guy?
He is not.
I think he.
Who is a wrestler but doesn't use his
No,
wrestling?
I think he needs to be at 170.
Like, but his whole career's been at 155.
I don't think he does well at 155. I think he doesn't have the gas tank for 155. He needs to 170. He probably could make a run for the belt at 170. You know?
Michael Chandler?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Better than 155 because 155 he gasses out. He does very good round 1, 2, but he gasses out.
You got some hard hitters at 170 though.
Well, he's a hard hitter, and he's only going to get harder. He's only going to hit harder.
Yeah,
if he
but
doesn't
we've
have to
noticed
go
that Chandler doesn't have the chin that
well, when you're
170
cutting
does.
weight, it affects your chin.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the reason he got out is because the guy sprints at everything.
Because the same thing,
Well,
like
he does.
Like he's gonna sprint at 170. He's gonna gas out there too. Like,
but you don't gas as much, and you see the same thing. Like you can say, what's his name? DC was getting hit hard at 155 or at 205 rather. What? 205, and then went up to heavyweight and knocked out the heavyweight champion. The best heavyweight champion of all time.
We would agree there's different levels between DC and Michael Chandler. Right?
Huh? Well, I mean, one person's a lot more dominant.
Yeah. Like,
But that might be because you got to find the right weight class. Like, look at Oliveira. Oliveira was at 145, losing, went up to 155, and
look,
became
I
the world
don't
champion.
want to hear and pile on the Michael Chandler. I'm a big Michael Chandler fan. Huge. I don't think he's gonna be a champion. That's just my
No,
opinion.
I'm not saying that I think he's going to be a
At
champion.
any division.
No,
145, 55, 70, like any division.
I think that it's worth the shot to try at 170 versus staying at 155 where you
Oh, yeah,
already
yeah.
know who the top is.
Yeah.
You're not to say you're not going to beat them, but you're probably not going to beat them. And why make the cut when you're already a heavy guy? He walks around 200 plus.
I have so much respect for Colby Covington. I'm like, I just imagine saying, "Hey, Michael Chandler, go fight Colby Covington." It seems unfair to me. It just does to me. It's like,
Who would be the better wrestler? Kobe?
Colby's he's got a much better gas tank.
That's
But they're
thing.
about the same size.
We've never seen Michael Chandler wrestle.
He wrestled.
he wrestled a good Poirier.
Wrestled Poirier, and he was fucking him up.
Yeah, I think again. I think
He just made a
he
mistake.
just sprints too much. If he stops, relaxes, he wins that fight. Like,
He was gonna win the fight.
Yeah, he
for
was gonna
sure.
win that
He had
fight.
his back, right?
but everything is at 100 miles per hour, and he makes
You can
mistakes.
only go so far. at 100
Yeah,
miles
and
per
he
hour.
makes mistakes.
But see, that's also says something about the greatness of Poirier. You know, and his ability to withstand the storm. And
No, he fights at a level where guys don't let you make mistakes, and that's the thing about.
if you
Michael
make
Chandler.
a mistake with
Yeah.
Poirier, you're getting caught.
Yeah, he against all those guys, against Oliveira, because there hasn't been a Michael Chandler fight that he wasn't winning the fight. Not one. He fought Gaethje. The first round, he almost got him out. He fought Oliveira in the first round, he almost got him out. He fought Poirier in the first round, he almost got him out.
Yeah, he usually always gets the first round.
But then he sprints, and instead of being calm, collected, and trying to put him away, he goes all out. Those guys don't let you make mistakes, and they recover. Like,
It goes for that highlight moment.
yeah,
Mm.
it,
The one fight he didn't sprint, he won against Tony Ferguson.
exactly right.
Yeah.
And that one he took his time and he didn't sprint and he won it. So
It's just different paces. You know, you got. I mean, old Ferguson. You look at his pace, and it's just like
but
you'd never be able to breathe.
that was a little bit more Colby Covington like it just didn't stop. It kept going and kept going. It wasn't a sprint. It was just steady,
Consistent,
consistent.
Holloway.
It's just like those guys are more
Tap,
like
tap,
volume
tap, tap.
guys.
Those are volume guys that the volume never stops. I think Marab might be the closest thing to a sprint the whole time.
Marab is a monster. Goddamn.
And let's get to the final one, man. The main event. I'm sorry.
Colby Covington, the
Kamaru Usman
world champion.
versus Leon Edwards, or let's put respect on his name. Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. Can you pull up the
Scorecard?
the scorecard?
I got it.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so what do you want to say? Who won?
How did the 3 judges score it?
First round, 10-9 for Leon. 10-9 for Leon. 10-9 for Leon. So everybody gave the first round to Leon.
Okay.
I got that.
Second round, 10-9 for Leon. 10-9 for Leon. And then 9-10 for Usman.
Let's stop there. I don't have a problem with that. I feel like that was the closest round of the entire fight. I feel like the second round, I told Matthew from the first one, I was like, that one could have gone either way. I gave it to Usman, but I feel like that could have gone. Who did you give that?
The second round? I think Usman.
Usman. And
I think Usman.
but I knew it from the phone. That one is not for sure because that's where the knee landed. And what was it? The body kick? The body kick, right? But Usman got a takedown and he got a flurry in there, so it was very even.
So I mean, it just goes down to how you score it. Like, are you scoring the knee that important? I mean, obviously it was important. I mean, you can't take a knee and say it's not important.
Yeah.
But in terms of, his reaction to it, stayed in the game. So I don't know. That's kind of how I score things. Like how you react to the strike.
Yeah. And okay, so third round.
Third round was the one where they took 1 point away from Leon Edwards. So one judge scores at a tie because of
9-9.
9-9. Yeah, it's 9-9, but it was 10-9 for Leon.
Yeah.
We take a point from Leon. A second judge scores at 8-10 because of the point, and the third judge scores at 8-10. So both of those give it to Kamaru Usman.
And
So how we end up with our final score, I don't quite.
because of 9-9. For that one at least. Because and here's where I have a problem.
But that would mean that round is Kamaru Usman's then.
No.
Unanimous.
No.
Or majority.
It is.
Oh, for
It
you
is.
mean
For the third round, yeah.
for the second two?
Yeah, the second two score an 8-10, and then the first one scored.
The fourth
a
round is where I
9-9.
have a problem. Did everybody give it to Leon Edwards?
No. So surprisingly, the one who gave the third round to Leon gave the fourth round to Kamaru.
That's the first scorecard.
That's the first one. The
Second-
second one is a 10-9 to Leon Edwards.
And
that's where I didn't see that.
Usman definitely, can we say
In my
he took
opinion.
4?
In my opinion,
We
he
can
took
all say he
4.
took 4, right? The 5 is the one that we're debating. I like Usman in 5, but in 4, we're pretty much all
What was
unanimous.
5? What was
5 unanimously, everybody gave
I agree with that.
Get Edwards.
I gave it to Leon. And who did you give it to?
5, I think, could have went either way, but I lean towards Leon.
Yeah, I gave it to Leon. You gave it to Usman.
To Usman, yeah.
So for the most part, everybody agrees 1 and 5 Leon, with the exception of Matthew on one. But he agrees on
1.
He agrees on 1, doesn't agree on 5, but everybody else agrees on 5. So I guess everybody is okay with 5. 2, we
2
all
definitely.
agree that is in the
Iffy.
air, right?
2 in the air, 3 and 4 Usman.
3 and 4 is where I felt Usman. And I said it. I don't know if you remember, Luis. I said it. Yeah, it could have been a 9-9 because maybe Leon edged it. But to me, for it to be a 9-9, you got to completely win that round, and he didn't completely win that round.
So to me, that's 2 points right there, dude.
Yeah.
So
That's why, to me, in my opinion, I have no problem with the 47-47, which makes it
a draw.
a draw, and Leon Edwards is a champion.
And I'll see you again in 3 months.
Yeah, and Leon Edwards is the champion.
And that's what. So one judge had it 47-47.
Yeah, which I honestly I didn't have it 47-47. I gave the second round to Usman, so that would have edged.
Well,
it
that's
to
what made it 47-47, giving the second round to Usman.
Yeah,
And
but he has 4 also.
I would have given the 4th to Usman,
Oh, okay.
which they gave to
We
Leon.
all would have given to Usman, all
Yeah.
3 of us.
Yeah, I agreed.
And that's where I'm like, I don't know what they saw there.
That's
Just
the
to
thing.
be
The first judge gave the first round to Usman, the 4th round to Usman. So that one it was still 48-46.
How can you do that math?
So look, because that same judge gave the
9-9.
third round to
So there he gets his point back.
exactly.
Yeah, there he gets his point back. There we go. Okay, but I told Matthew, because Matthew was secure that second round was Usman. I was like, that one's close, and they are in England. I was like, that one's close, and they are in England. Like, so that's where hometown rarely matters.
It mattered today.
When it's that close, I think it matters.
Does it have the strike statistics?
I'm sure I can pull him up.
They were so even. Like, but one was head, the other one was leg.
I think one should slightly matter a little bit more.
Like, I don't know.
The only thing I would say is
You rather me kick you in your leg or punch you in your face?
the only thing I would say is like I think it's different when we're talking about the Merab fight where you take down and the guy pops up, you take down. But I think in a fight like this, I'm not saying it happened exactly like this, but if you take someone down and you don't really land any strikes and they pop right back up,
100%.
what does that takedown really mean?
100% with you. And I was saying it during the fight. I was like, Usman's gonna be in trouble if he doesn't
He's
do
got to keep him
something
down.
with the
Yeah.
takedowns. And I was saying because Edwards kept getting away, and they weren't as egregious as the Merab fight. The Merab fight, it was over and over and over and over, and you could tell that Jan couldn't do anything. Usman threw 6, 7, and 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them were getting completely stuffed. The other one he held them against, but it was never really any damage, from my opinion. Merab, he was throwing 10, 15, 16, 17, and at that point, it's like, all right, there's nothing you could do. This guy's just
it was definitely
overwhelming.
In
So
in volume.
yeah, and I agree with Isaiah. I don't. I have no problem. I don't think it was a robbery. I don't.
Nah,
see,
definitely not a robbery.
I don't see the 48-46, but I don't think it was a robbery. I don't think Usman did enough.
I think more proper would be a draw, and I think who else for them to fight each other again. I mean, I'd like to see Colby. Colby's probably my favorite at 170.
It's so funny. That division is so funny. I think Colby and Usman fight 10 times and Usman wins 9 of them. But I don't see in what world, because like we were talking about, I think Colby Covington can do to Merab what I'm sorry to
Edwards
what Merab did to Jan. Can you do me a favor? Can you pull up, please, if you can find out how many takedown attempts
I think it was 40.
Colby Covington had versus forgot his name, Robbie Lawler. And that, because Colby Covington has done that before, and you could tell that. Do you feel like Usman slowed down a little bit?
Yeah.
From peak Usman? Did he look any different to you?
Maybe, yeah, but that's very realistic for that to happen.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, I don't feel...
I mean, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I think the more realistic thing to look up is like, because that was so long ago. Like, I think the more realistic thing to look up is how many takedown attempts did Covington have against Masvidal. I mean, obviously, yeah, the game.
Significantly less, though, I think.
That's what I'm saying. I think that could be more of a realistic.
No, but
thing.
I think it was less because he got him down. Like, if he wouldn't have got him down, he probably would have been more.
Him down.
Yeah, he held him down and kept him there.
So you can only attempt a lot of takedowns if they get up.
If they get up, and the thing is that Masvidal couldn't.
So that was the whole thing. Is like I see with Merab, the game plan was to just shoot a lot. Like whether I get you down, like not every shot I'm making is to actually take you down. I just want you to be thinking about the takedown all the time. I strike, hit your legs. You stop my takedown. I come back out. I throw a punch on the break, and then get back.
Colby Covington.
Yeah, well, I would get that strategy, but I think from a wrestling standpoint, Edwards is better than Masvidal.
Yeah, yeah, but
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
which could lead to maybe he can't get down Edwards.
But I feel like
Edwards is
I feel like the gap between
really good.
Masvidal and Covington was so big. There's a lot of room for in between, and I feel like that's where Edward falls in.
Well,
somewhere.
Edwards has probably had like the last 3 camps on basically just takedown defense.
No, and I think that here's the difference. I feel like, in my opinion, because you could be right, it could be that Leon Edwards was that damn good. I feel like Usman tried to take him down more with, skill, with strength, with like I don't think he was trying to overwhelm him. I think
he's not a volume
I
fighter.
don't. And Covington is. Do you have it?
Yeah, Covington got 10 out of 18.
10 out of 18.
So 18 for Robbie Lawler.
You know what I mean? And it was such an easy fight for him. And at that time, Robbie Lawler was still decent. You know
Robbie
what I mean?
Lawler's still fighting right now at 1.
Yeah, but now
winning.
we know he's past his prime. But at that time, Robbie Lawler was still a legitimate contender. And that's what I mean. Like, he just controlled him. And I'm pretty sure the Masvidal is way less because he was able to keep him down and hold him down and all that stuff.
I'm not sure if he's still fighting. I might be wrong.
But yeah, Colby Covington is a problem for everyone that's not called.
I think I was thinking Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, so I asked this question. I think Kamaru Usman should retire. Not because he's done or washed up or nothing, but I'm like, that guy has nothing left to prove. They're not going to let him fight Edwards again.
He makes a shitload of money. I don't think
I think that money.
And he doesn't take that much damage.
Yeah, maybe he could fight like Conor or something.
But you think Conor would take that fight now?
Yeah.
He won't take it
Yeah,
anymore.
probably not. Yeah, Conor won't take it.
Conor won't take that
I think
fight.
Conor would take it, but there'd have to be something attached to it. Like, if I beat you, I'm fighting for the belt, which that would make all the sense.
No, but let's be honest. Conor could be anybody, and he could fight next for the. He doesn't have to fight that hard of a fight.
This is fair, but Conor. You're fighting Conor's ego. You're not fighting Conor.
I think he's smart too.
I don't think that's a fight that he would want, but
no, I don't see that. The only
he's not
way,
calling out Colby Covington.
Wouldn't do that either.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he talks all this shit, but he is very deliberate in his shit talking.
You know, Conor wants to fight somebody at 170. Kevin Holland.
He wants to fight him?
No, but if he wants to fight somebody at 170,
yeah, but I think he'll fight anyone.
Huh?
I think he'll fight anyone.
I do. That's what I'm saying. You're fighting Conor's ego.
wrestler over there.
But it has to make sense. If he can make, 2 million, 10 million, whatever. I don't know what his numbers look like, but
he can fight you and me, and he'll make 20 million.
That-
I don't think that's the problem. To be honest,
that's what I'm saying. If I'm gonna fight Kamaru Usman for 10 million, and I'm gonna fight fucking Chandler for 9 million, give me Chandler.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because if I win this one, my next one's for 15 million or 20 million. Like, just because people buy back into the fucking Conor train. That's the whole thing. He just needs people to buy back into him.
You got the 170 rankings?
I sure do.
Like, Conor can fight. I'm telling you, Kevin Holland, man, that would kill in pay-per-views. And that would kill.
Where do you want to start from? Top?
No, 15 to 8.
So from the bottom.
Yeah.
Kevin Gastelum, 14 Chris Cordes, 13 Andre
That's
Muniz.
middleweight.
You said 170. Oh, yeah.
170.
That's on me, guys. I'm sorry.
I was
15.
like, he's not fighting those guys.
Kevin Gastelum was huge.
15. Is it Michael or Michelle? Michelle Pereira. Michelle Pereira.
That's
14.
Cowboy, isn't it?
Jack de la Maddalena. 13. Michelle. Michael Canessa.
Michael
Chiesa.
Michelle K.
12. Neil Magny. 11. George Masvidal. 10. Vincente Luque. 9. Sean Brady. 8. Geoff Neal.
Yo, is Kevin Holland not ranked?
No.
Kevin Holland? Nope.
No, he's a 185 right now. He's
Where's-
fighting 185.
Where's Wonder Boy?
He's 7 or 6.
Wonder Boy.
170, but I think they did like a catch weight or something.
Wonder Boy
Yeah,
is
drop
Stephen
that.
Thompson? Yeah, 7.
There's the fight.
That is
We'll
a fight.
There's
but
a fight.
But they're friends. I don't think. Well, they'll do it.
Who-
'Cause so
who's in the
are
fight?
Holland and
No, there's the fight that he could have.
Who?
Connor.
Oh.
that's a bad fight.
For Connor? Yeah, I agree. But I don't think there's a good one. No, I'm not saying there's not a good one. He could beat Jeff Neal. He could beat Michel Pereira. But those fights aren't going to happen.
Well, I think he could fight Wonder Boy.
The
He's gonna
cash cow of a fight is Masvidal. We know that. That fight will break every record that ever exists.
Well, his best win chance would be Masvidal.
Yeah.
I think he'd beat Masvidal with his new build, his size, and his power he already had. I think he would have beat him before. I think right now, now he'd a lot easier to beat him.
But that's the cash cow of a fight, and I'm with Dana. Hold that fight off. I honestly hold that fight off. That fight will never end. You can fight that fight, put that fight on whenever. So I agree. Don't put that fight on yet. Who at 170, outside of bringing up 155ers, because that's probably the best play, to bring up 155ers and fight him at 170. That's what he's done his whole career. Keep doing it. Michael Chandler is the best move. That's a big name. He's entertaining. He'll sell anything. But for you to sell a fight at 170 that he's the favorite in, and he won't be the favorite against Stephen Thompson. I don't think so. That's not a great fight for him.
I think he can beat Stephen Thompson though.
He can.
I just don't. He's not gonna. I don't think he wins scorecards. I think he has to knock him out, which I think would be how that would probably happen.
He has to knock him out.
Yeah, but I think he could knock him out. I think he's got the power and his chin's not bad. Neither of them, obviously, but Connor. So like he's gonna take more of the volume.
Yeah, and honestly, the fight is Nate Diaz. Just bring him back. just bring him back. That's the fight. Or Tony Ferguson.
Well, that's why these guys are getting out of their contracts, so they can go and take these fights and negotiate much more effectively.
Or bring up Tony Ferguson.
That'd be a fight. That'd be a fight to watch.
But again, they're all 155ers.
I mean, if he comes back and doesn't have to drop weight and he's gonna fight for fucking $1 million, I'll fight Connor.
That's what I mean. But
at 170.
So the next fight that we see now, Leon Edwards, right? Champion. I agree. Your next two fights should be Jorge Masvidal, Conor McGregor. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm getting soft in my old age. These guys have to make money, and with all due respect, fighting Kamaru Usman will not make you nearly enough money as fighting Conor McGregor or Jorge Masvidal. Those guys are the cash cows. Colby Covington is under them, and Colby Covington will make you money, but not as much as these two guys. It just won't happen. And you have to make your money. Yeah, who cares? And then fight McGregor, who's not ranked, and then fight Masvidal, who's 11. Who cares?
And after what he showed in the ring today.
Who are you talking about, though?
To Leon Edwards.
Oh,
fight
Leon
for
Edwards.
The money. Fight for the money, and then let Colby Covington beat you.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's also just the status quo where you have to kind of keep it within a reasonable. So, in other words, Conor needs to win one fight. In other words, beat Chandler, and then if...
Yeah, it's not on Edwards to make that fight happen. It's on those guys to win.
Yeah, he would take that fight
That's what I'm saying.
anytime.
I think it's such a big mistake they're having Masvidal fight Burns.
But I think Burns is a winnable fight.
It is a winnable fight, but again, it's not.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's even close. I think it's a fucking washout.
I don't think Burns is gonna be able to submit him.
I think Burns submits him easy.
I don't think so.
It's that nobody submits him.
And I think Burns is gonna have a trouble time maybe even getting him down.
I don't think that at all.
He's very durable. The guy doesn't get finished that much.
He might have zero wrestling, but he doesn't get
He
finished.
has zero wrestling. He doesn't get finished. So, and the thing is,
He's definitely well-rounded, but it's just these specialists like that, I mean, doesn't get finished, but you're talking about Durismo, like...
I think Burns said something dumb. He said, I'm not going to wrestle him. Don't do that. Wrestle him. That's where he could get in trouble if he doesn't wrestle him.
I agree.
Yeah, don't wrestle him. And because...
I think he would beat him on the stand-up, too. However...
no, I don't think that.
I think he could, but I think it'd be risky.
I think he's got power in his hands, but it's way too risky to do that with somebody who he knows who he's fighting.
He's a good kickboxer. Very good kickboxer.
No, yes, he is a good kickboxer, but he got knocked out Kamaru Usman
What?
He got knocked out by Kamaru Usman very easily.
Kamaru Usman very, very good.
He is. We saw him. He
yeah, like
stood
we
up.
can't forget that.
He basically stood up the whole fight right now with fucking Leon Edwards. And
no, but I
held
agree
it
with you.
up.
Burns is a winnable fight. The problem is, look. There's a run-on joke here. I'm a big Masvidal fan. Do I think he should be fighting for the title? No. Now, do I understand?
But that's because you love him.
Huh?
Well,
That's
he's
because you
also
love him.
That he shouldn't be fighting?
Yeah,
Okay, no, I don't get it.
because you love him. You don't want to be. Don't want to get beat up that bad.
No. He has to fight for the title as much as he can because anybody could get a lucky punch. No, but
Well,
what I'm
I mean,
saying...
what has he fought twice for it already?
Yeah, but he's fought not because he's a great fighter, because he's a superstar.
Absolutely.
And superstars... McGregor, let's be honest. We love McGregor
Make
here.
super fights.
McGregor, too. McGregor, how many fights has he won at 155?
When was the last time he fought at 155?
He's won, what, one fight or two?
The last fight I
He's
remember
won
him
one
winning
fight
was
at
Donald
155.
Cerrone.
Let's be honest. And every time, this guy's always he's always in the title picture. He beat Eddie Alvarez at 155. Nobody else that I remember. So,
What weight class was Donald?
Cerrone?
They fought at
They
170.
fought at
but-
170,
Oh, okay,
who's
see?
not a 170 guy.
So he beat 2B by 155.
Yeah, I guess two 155ers, but like at 155 he won one fight. But I agree with you. He should be in the title picture.
Well, and then he beat Diaz, so that'd be 3 155ers.
Yeah, he beat Diaz again at 170. So again, he's won more fights at 170 and 155.
He probably does good at 170,
That's so true.
I think.
Like,
I think he does good at 170. I think the main thing is just he needs a long enough camp, which I think he's had that this time around.
he better.
Well, the good thing is the person he's fighting also gasses out.
Who's he fighting?
Yeah.
Chandler.
Oh yeah.
Another guy who gasses out, like another muscle bound, like fast twitch guy. Their muscles are very fast. They hit very hard, but they don't last very long.
So that's what I agree. You're right. If those guys win, there's no doubt who Leon Edwards fights. No doubt. And he should, man. I'm sorry. Colby Covington has earned it, but that's not how this game works.
I wouldn't even say Colby Covington's earned it. He's coming off. You think he deserves a title shot?
Well, he won his last fight.
Who beats Colby Covington?
No, but
You're right. He should fight more.
No, there's one thing saying who beats Covington, but there's one thing saying do you deserve a title shot.
But if not him, then who?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Bilal has earned a title shot more than Covington.
That's 155. Bro.
Bilal beat.
Bilal's a 70-pounder.
Oh, he's not.
No, he is. Bilal beat Steven.
Oh,
Wonder
Muhammad. I'm thinking Darius. Sorry.
No, Bilal beat Wonder Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then who?
No, yeah, Bilal.
Sean Brady.
That's the real deal.
Sean Brady and Bilal.
Well, why not just Bilal fucking Covington?
Because they're not a star. And
Covington is the one who sells the fights when Covington's in a.
But does he?
pay-per-view.
Let's be honest. That's why he's playing this character.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I mean, so is Connor. Like.
But Connor's been a bit more genuine. Like,
He's closer to his character, 100%.
yes. And that's why I've said we always go back. Unfortunately, we talked about Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje's not a character. He's a superstar. It's some guys who just have it genuinely. They can just sell a fight genuinely. And Conor McGregor genuinely is charismatic. Like, he's cool to be around.
No,
like,
yeah,
you
he's
feel it.
just a cool person.
Masvidal.
He just takes it up like 2 notches
Yes,
to
they
sell
just they
fights.
just turn it up. Masvidal is a street fighter. We've seen it when he was in YouTube and all that. Kimbo Slice. That's all real. That's not make believe. We know Covington is not what he is. We saw what he was before. We see what he is now. We see that's a character. I think.
Well, what it comes down to is fighting styles.
And
So
his style sucks
that's
for
also
entertainment.
why I think there's slight edge towards maybe giving a round to Leon Edwards here and there just because stylistically people like
striking better.
strikers.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
So it's
Grapplers like strikers better.
and that's why it's crazy when you get the Ronda Rouseys or the Conor McGregors or those guys who are legit and they are the real deal. I think the closest thing is probably Khabib, who was both.
Yeah, Khabib is just undeniable.
Who was
You
both.
can hate his style and want to watch
And
him fight.
Adesanya was the other one. Adesanya, who was a superstar and legit,
And now Pereira coming up and
but he's not a superstar. Like,
He's gonna be a superstar if he puts him out again.
well, you gotta learn English. Like he's gonna have to like bring that story matters. Unfortunately, the story matters in UFC. Like
But I mean, highlights can do a lot for you though.
like I think DC became a superstar after John Jones. Like, you need that rub. You need that.
Storyline.
Yeah, you need that storyline. And it is what it is. But anything else I want to say?
Cool, man. It was good fights. Not the most fun in the world, but it was good fights. Very competitive night.
We are, unfortunately, some scheduling things, but we are planning to be here. Not all of us, but we are planning to be here for April 8th. Adesanya versus Pereira, like 8 or whatever it is now.
Like the Fast and Furious movies.
The Fast and Furious movie.
I'm tuning into that for sure. I'm
yeah, but we are planning to be here. We definitely gonna set a preview and hopefully a recap. So, from Luis, Matthew, Isaiah, Chesco, peace.
Peace.